mpaka nyinyi mnabaki tu mtaniacha sasa mimi nizunguke. Our dear friends, we thank you for the opportunity. We've done mission work for a while, and I think there are moments when we have to call out for help. This year, I have worked in a number of sites, and eventually, I found myself here in Ganjala unplanned for. But I think everything is in God's grace and in God's reason and power. Now, what you're seeing here is a church called Ganjala SDA Church, and I think this church was constructed through help. Somebody came in this place and decided to do this, and eventually there was a church, a Seventh-day Adventist church. But then this church is going through a lot of problems and challenges. Let me take you through shortly what's around this church. What you're seeing on this other side of the church, it's a government school, but fully sponsored by the Catholic Church. On the other side, what you're seeing up here, this is the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and up here, this is the Catholic Church in this area. It's a sister church, and we thank God. But friends, this church is becoming a great threat in Adventism in this area. I'll give you a story shortly what has happened so far as we've been here. If you can just turn and see the other side down there, we are having another school. That school is a government school, but fully sponsored by the Catholic Church faith. And so, friends, I want to bring you a little bit closer, and I want to show you somewhere we've been working for this entire 6 months. Down here is one of the biggest town centers that we call Ganjala Center. And it's this center that brought us here to work. So we've worked around here and we've really made friends. But then this week, as we were doing a meeting there, the priest from the Catholic Church came. And because of the power of the message, and people were receiving that message here, the priest decided to begin a war and a battle, tore the curtains that are used for projection, and began fighting and beating a few of our members. And therefore, we've decided to make this clip. Why? Because Adventism here needs so much help. We are gathered by the church. Actually, yesterday we had a long session with the leadership around here. And the leadership here are basically believers of the Catholic faith. And now, my friends, this is what we want and to wish to request from us all. You see, in this place, the land that we are on right here, Ganjala Seventh-day Adventist Church, it is already under threat. They have the genuine papers, title deeds. But then there are some controversies. Actually, down the church is another big politician we have in the country. And they are trying to, through the influence of the church, they want to grab this place. They just don't want the Adventist faith in this place. And that's why we want to call upon us. Anyone who will come across this clip, there's somewhere you can help. Now, we want to have another Sabbath school. We have church members who come to this church who seems to be coming from very far. The only request they have requested us is to get them a piece of land. Now, this place, a piece of land is very cheap. Actually, you can get an acre of land with 400,000 Kenyan shillings. That simply means if we can get a half an acre, we only need 200,000 shillings. And that's not so much. And therefore, one of the things we want to request is we want to get at least some few coins to get a parcel of land to help those who are coming from far and coming and they're not consistent in the church, at least not to miss their churches. The other thing, my friends, I want just to share slightly is because this school, because of the surrounding, our children, Seventh-day Adventist children, they don't have a place to worship. I think, let me show you slightly a few children who've joined us here. These are children. Some of them are not Seventh-day Adventists. Majority of them are not Seventh-day Adventists. But one thing is about to shock you. You see, friends, these children, they don't have a class, not even a single one. Let me take you slightly to where they call their school. I think you can follow me, my cameraman, so that I can share exactly how this school looks like. One quickly, please. Now this is the class. This is the church on Sabbath. But this is their classroom. We have more than 100 children here. This is one side of their board. That is the other side of the board. That's the other side of the board. In this one room, they are doing all the classes from grade 1 up to grade 6. And therefore, friends, it is one of the tough experiences that they are going through. And that's why we want to request that if it fits you people, you can be of help. At least we need a class. Let me show you something interesting here. Is a structure. And this structure, they can't even, it is hard even to get a class out of it. I was so disappointed and I was so embarrassed to just being told. I thought it was a structure. Maybe it was something they wanted to do, maybe the kitchen, but not. So they have just done a structure here, hoping that this structure will actually be a class. You can see down here, these are parents bringing their children here. This is another parent who has just brought their children here. And the entire community here is putting their trust and their confidence in these teachers, these parents, and friends. You can be of help. So, what do we need from this part? I've given you one project. We want to have a church up there. But the other project is we want to fill this place with classrooms. If we can get, even if it's 3 or 4 classrooms, if they can be maybe of wood, of iron sheet, of bricks, we will really praise the Lord for that. And that's our second request. If people, or if faithful men and women can just stand up and save Adventism in this region, then my friends, we believe that this entire place can be a great blessing. And eventually, it's our prayer that beyond this is where the limits of the church is. Beyond the other side, we would really wish to have that portion of land to be now the school. This should be the church. The other side should be the school. That's why we want to request you, friends, if you can. Thank you for Daniel 12:3. Thank you for sending us to this place as missionaries. Thank you for the friends who've been supportive for our being here. But there's something more the Lord needs from you. Let me just give you 2 minutes for us to have a word from the teacher from this school, and then from the pastor, and then we call it a blessed moment. May God bless you as you listen. Let me first call Madam Agnes. Madam Agnes began this program as a personal initiative, but the impact and the influence it has had to the church is now requesting her to leave the program of the school and the children entirely to be a church project. But friends, it still depends on you who is listening to us. Let her give her one word on what she really prays for in her heart. And God bless you.
My name's Agnes, and one who started this school here, so that my name is Agnes. I'm the one who started this school here, so that to help these children to receive or to have a very good education that show them the way how they can learn, and through it I have some of Catholic Church children who are here, and I'm going through a very tough time to continue with this school, because I'm under pressure, because I don't have classes and I don't have enough place or a land to
Thank you.
continue
I
with the
think
school.
you've heard what really Agnes' burden is. She does not have a class where children can have their classes. That's why, friends, we request you. You can be of help. Let me give Pastor an opportunity because he is the one who has been left here and is the one who is manning this church. And maybe he can give us a word. And after that, friends, it can be a great blessing. Thank you.
Pastor Solomon Iadi. So, as you have heard, the dominant church here is Roman Catholic Church. And as a church, we have already sat down and we have the strategic plans of promoting the church Adventist here. So first plan, we have already discussed with Madame Agnes that we introduce the Adventist school here so as we may be able to reach people outside this church. It will help us to have a friendship with other people who are not inside the church, and also it will promote Adventist education in this region. Second, we had already discussed with the church of the plan with the plan that you have had already of introducing a new Sabbath school up there at the place called Nairobi Junction or Nambuku Junction. So I urge you as friends to stand with us and to strengthen us and to promote Advent education in this region and to promote Advent church in this region. So I urge you as their pastor, please stand with us and promote these plans so as we may be able to reach people outside there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, friends, that's our really simple request, and it comes to you in the spirit of sacrifice. There's something you can do for God. And if you've been wondering, what can I do for God this year? I think in our total member involvement, in our desire to go out, I will go in the spirit of sacrifice. This place needs you. And you don't know how many people can be reached by just those two simple projects. We believe this place, simply because of the evangelistic meeting that has been done here, people's eyes are open. They know the true church. But friends, there's something more we have to do. And may the Lord bless you. Thank you and have a good moment. Thank you so much.